Okay, let's go over it. So this is example 4, letter A. What do we do? What do I do first? David.
Multiply A and C.
Before even that.
I don't know.
You don't know? Natalie?
See if there's a greatest common factor.
Always look for a GCF. You know why? Because it'll make your problem so much easier if you can make A equal to 1. In this case, can we make A equal to 1? No. So now, David, we label our A, B, and our C, and you said do what?
Multiply
A times C. So what is A times C going to give me? It's going to give me negative 20 because it's going to be negative 4 times positive 5, which will give me negative 20. What do I do next? Natalie?
Do like the addition and multiplication.
Mm-hmm.
And then put blank plus blank equals negative 8, and blank times blank equals negative 20.
Very good. Okay. Did anyone figure out what numbers go there? Segi?
Negative 10 plus 2.
Negative 10 plus 2.
And negative 10 times 2.
Very good. Negative 10 times 2. Awesome. All right, what's next? What's next? Andrea.
You do the parentheses negative 4x squared minus 10x. And then you do the other parentheses 2x plus 5.
What has to go in between the parentheses? I didn't hear you say it. What has to go in between the parentheses? Addition. Guys, if there's no addition symbol here, what is this telling me to do?
Multiply.
Multiply. And we are not foiling these, okay? We will get a ridiculous answer, okay? You have to be adding these two parentheses. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
Okay. Sophia, what do I do next?
Wait, no.
Oh, wait, no. Go ahead. Ask me your question.
Where did you get 2x plus 5?
Where did we get 2x plus 5, Andrea, that she's questioning you?
So you got the negative 10x from the addition and the multiplication, so you get like 2 plus 6, and then you just add the
Mm-hmm. The 5 comes from the beginning. Do you see how it's plus 5 at the end? Okay. What do I do next? David.
Question. When you did the parentheses plus, it doesn't matter the order you put it.
No, it does not matter the order. You'll get the same answer regardless. It's pretty cool. All right, what else?
You have to find greatest common factor.
Very good. Greatest common factor. All right, someone take care of the first one.
2.
Someone take care of the first one. Natalie.
I'm doubting myself. Wait. I took out negative 2x.
Very good. What's left over?
2x plus 5.
Mm-hmm. Fuchsa?
And there's, since like that one's the same one as the other one.
It already matches.
Do plus 1
Very good.
and then bring it down.
2x plus 5. You're so good. Okay? When they already match, don't factor out anything. Okay? They match for a reason. Hey, are we happy? Are we super happy? Why are we so happy? What just happened? We have a match. When these two match each other, identical. Even the signs. One can't be negative, one can't be positive. They're the exact same. We jump for joy because we're almost done. What is my final answer? Who wants to take a shot? Salucci.
Parentheses 2x plus 5 and parentheses negative 2x plus 1.
You're very close.
Negative 2x plus 1.
Negative 2x plus 1. Did you say that?
Yeah.
That's my bad. Okay? This is our final answer. And when you foiled it, did you get negative 4x squared minus 8x plus 5?
Yes.
All right. That means you did it right. How are we feeling? Okay. Prove to me that you can do B and C. We will go over them, but do it right now. We're not moving on until everyone gets B and C. Go. Okay, the answer to B is on the board. I want full-on discussions. Talk about it. Bless you. Go. I want you to talk about the answer to C in your groups. Did you get it? Did you not get it?
Wait, why is it negative?
Why is it a negative? I don't know. You tell me.
No, because I.
Multiply A and C. You get 6. And then you have to get two numbers that multiply that equal to 6 and two numbers that equal to negative 5. And those numbers are negative 3 and negative 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then you plug it in, and it becomes negative 2y to the power of 2 minus 3y plus negative 2y minus 3.
Okay.
Then you factor it out. I put y for the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and I put 1 for the second one. And then, wait. Oh yeah, and then you get y, parentheses, negative 2y minus 3, parentheses, plus 1, parentheses, minus 2y minus 3, parentheses, and then after, your answer will be y plus 1, and the other one will be negative 2y minus 3.
Very good. Guys, give it up for Matthew. Yeah, Matthew. Are there any questions for Matthew in solving this guy? Awesome. Okay. Who got C and can walk me through it step by step the whole way through? Natalie, go for it.
Okay, so first what I did is I looked for a greatest common factor and there was none. Then I multiplied A and C, I got a positive 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did like the add and multiply thing, and I put 1 plus 5 equals 6, and 1 times 5 equals 5.
Mm-hmm. 1 plus 5 equals 6. 1 times 5 equals 5. Okay, keep going.
So then I brought down the negative 5m squared, and then I added it with the 1m that I got from when I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the 5m minus the 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then I factored out, I took out a negative m from 5m squared, so it's a negative m parentheses 5m minus 1.
Okay.
Plus 1 outside the parentheses, then parentheses 5m minus 1,
Okay.
so they match. And then I just put them in the parentheses, which is, I got 5m minus 1 and 1, and then the other is negative m plus 1.
Very good. Guys, give it up for Natalie. Start to finish without a mistake. What's that? The other answer you could have had was negative 5m plus 1 and m minus 1, okay?
Yeah, I got that.
The reason that there's these two possibilities is like, imagine that you factor out a negative from 5n minus 1. Do you agree that it would be a negative out here and it would be negative and positive? And then distribute that negative to the second one. Then it would become positive m and a minus 1, okay? So there are variations to the answer for some of these, but only by a negative sign. If your numbers are off, it's going to be wrong. McCarvin. No, it won't matter on big ideas, and it won't matter for me either, okay? You got 100? Awesome. Any other questions on these two? All right. Fasten your seatbelts, people. Okay, so the nature of chapter 7, right, is we are getting some more practice with the word problems. We've kind of gone away from word problems. There will be one on your exam, okay? It's going to be very similar to one of the word problems that we've covered so far. So make sure as I'm going through, if you have a question, speak up, okay? I guarantee someone else also has the same question that you do, okay? So the length of a rectangular game reserve is 1 mile longer than twice the width. The area of the reserve is 55 square miles. What is the width of the reserve? Okay. Let's start by drawing a picture because we weren't given a picture. What can I draw? A rectangle. Very good. Why can I draw a rectangle? It's a rectangular game. What is a rectangle? I see you guys drawing a box, right? What's so special about a rectangle though? Yeah? It's a quadrilateral. That means it has 4 sides. Is this a rectangle though?
No,
Why not?
because a rectangle has 2 parallel lines.
Ah. Well, those lines are parallel. They'll never intersect.
Oh wait,
It has 4 right angles.
Ah, it has right angles, okay? So it needs to look like a box. It needs to be like very straight edged like this. Is this a rectangle? Excellent. Do rectangles have all the same sides? No, because that would be what kind of shape? A square, okay? So it's a rectangle, and a rectangle has 2 dimensions. Does anyone remember what the dimensions are? Length and width. Very good. Now, in this case, it told us that the length was 1 mile longer than twice the width. So my width is going to be the longer side or the shorter side?
Shorter side.
The shorter side. And then my length will be the longer side. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Now, we need to only have one variable. This length can be represented by how much of the width? Caden? 2 W colon plus 1. Where did that come from? Addison?
When it says, it's 1 mile longer than twice the width.
That's our plus 1 mile longer, and then very good. Twice the width is going to be 2W, okay? So 2W plus 1 is going to be our length. Okay, there's one more piece of information we haven't put on our diagram. What else did it tell us?
It told us the area was 55 square miles.
Area equals 55 miles squared. Put that in the middle. Now, we've talked about area before. What is the area for a rectangle? So let's write that down. So the area is going to be length times width. Now, let's plug in what we know. Do we know the area? We do?
Yeah.
What are we going to replace area with? 55. Do we know the length? Very good. It's 2W plus 1. And then the width is just going to stay the width. Do you guys agree? So we're just going to leave W the same. Hey, this was something that I know that I lost some people. So take a look at it. Did I lose anyone? And where did I lose you?
Is that it?
No one? No. This is not it. Okay, there's a few more steps. Are we okay with this? You sure? Speak up. Okay, so what would you guys do, just by eyeballing this, what would you do with this problem? Distribute the W. Remember, you can distribute backwards. It's the same as just having it outside your parentheses. So we're going to take W, multiply it by 2W, and we're going to multiply it by 1. What's W times 2W? So it's 2W to the second. And what's W times 1? Just W, or 1W. And that's equal to 55. Now hold on. We've seen these problems before, right? Where we have a variable squared. And I told you, you want one side of your equation equal to what? 0. So what would be a very good idea for us to make one of the sides of the equation equal to 0? Sophia? Subtract 55. You're so good, okay? So let's subtract 55 from both sides. What do we get? Natalie?
We get 0 equals 2W squared plus W minus 55.
Very good. All right, now let's pause. We have 2W squared plus W minus 55 on the right, and we have 0 on the left. We want to use the zero product property. But before we can use the zero product property, do you guys remember what we do with this on the right? You factor it. Very good. So let's walk through factoring this. How do I factor what's on the right? GCF. Is there a GCF between 2, 1, and negative 55? No. So what do I have to do? A times C. So let's do A, B, and C. A times C. That'll be 2 times negative 55, right? Which I think is what? Negative 110? Okay, what do I do next? What times what gives me negative 110? And what plus what gives me 1? Now, it seems like hard because this negative 110 is a large number. But think about it. what is a number that's divisible by, that has a 0 at the end? What is it always divisible by? Yeah? 10. So it would be 10 times what? 11. Aren't those one unit apart, 10 and 11?
Yes.
But which one needs to be negative? The 10. Very good. So it's going to be negative 10 and positive 11. Negative 10 and positive 11. You guys with me?
Yes.
Okay. Because we've done some factoring, so I think we're okay. So remember, it's still 0 equals, but now we have to start factoring the right-hand side.
2W
2w squared
minus 10
minus 10w. Make sure to group it together with parentheses.
plus
Plus
parentheses. 11W
11w.
plus W.
No.
No, minus 55.
Minus 55. Very good. Yes, Alec. You put the 11 first? That's fine. Just make sure when we go back and check it, Alec, make sure you get the same answer, okay? All right, what do I do next?
That's it.
Factor it out. So we're going to get 0 equals what?
0 equals 2W
2w factors out. What's inside?
W
w
minus 5.
minus 5. Okay, the second one. AJ?
11 on that side.
Uh-huh.
W minus 5.
W minus 5. Are we happy?
Yes.
So happy. Why are we so happy?
No,
The binomials match. W minus 5 matches W minus 5. So hold on. It's going to be 0 equals, what do these two factor to?
W minus 5.
W minus 5 and
2W plus 11.
2W plus 11.
You.
You. Okay. It's been a while, but what do we do from here? Who remembers what I do? Christian?
You have to like put in both with like their own, and you have to try to get them to equal 0.
Very good.
So it would be 5 for the first one, and 5 for 0. And then like,
Oh, yeah.
So remember when we set each of them equal to 0? Okay, you're right. The first one's easy. It's just going to be W minus 5 equals 0. You would add 5 to both sides. 0 plus 5 is 5. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0. So you get W equals 5. The second one's going to be what, Christian?
'cause,
2W plus 11 equals?
oh, you have to minus 11 on both sides, right?
Subtract 11, yep.
So then you get 2W equals negative 11.
Yep.
On both sides.
Divide by 2 on both sides. So we get W equals negative 11 over 2. So we got two answers, right?
Yes.
Remember, guys, one of them is going to make no sense for this problem, and we're going to cross it out. What did W represent? The width. Can your width be negative 11 over 2 miles?
No,
Why not?
because
No, negative. It's not realistic.
What do you mean that's not realistic?
I don't think
miles can be negative.
Do negative miles exist?
No,
No. So which one are we going to cross out?
the one on the right.
So how wide is the rectangle? 5 miles.
Yeah.
What does that mean, a rectangle is 5 miles long?
Now, let's go back. Let's check to see if it works, right? So go back to your figure, right? Where did we draw the picture? All the way up at the beginning. If this was 5, right? Remember, the length is twice
It
the
makes
width
sense.
plus 1. What would be the length? Not 5. 11. What's 5 times 11?
55.
Yeah.
Cool, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I can do this as a test though. Hey, when you're doing this, then I'll-
Hey, we are going to practice these, so we are going to feel very comfortable. Also, the word problem on the exam